guys, it's JQ Crafty. Welcome to my first layout for October for Confessions of a Paper Addict. This is the Confessions of a Paper Addict design team layout. I have an oldie but goodie. This is actually one of the first cut files I think I ever got from Virginia years ago, like 2 to 3 years ago. It's just called Leaves, and I cut it out twice. I cut it out this way, and then I flipped it upside down and horizontally. Actually, I think I flipped this one horizontally, and before I did that, I flipped this one upside down. So my plan is to back these with all these beautiful papers from the 6x8 pad from late afternoon. I've got a fall layout. I've just got an old one from 2015. My son and I taking a fall walk. September, so fall-ish, but I thought it would be cute. I kind of drew up what I wanted to do on my silhouette. One of these days I'll show you guys how I do that, and to plan it out to see what it would look like, and I plan on doing a layout kind of like this. So I just need to go ahead and pick the papers. I already trimmed down my photos and matted them on white cardstock. And I just cut these out of white cardstock as well. So I've got lots of beautiful papers of late afternoon left. It's one of my favorite fall collections. I think even with some of the new ones coming out, this is definitely one of my favorites. I just have not dove into it much because I think it is my favorite, so I'm like inadvertently not touching it, but this month I plan on playing with it. I got some of the new Colorcast Designs things, and there's a lot of goodies in here. Autumn Breezes, Fall Fave, Crisp Air, a lot of good title things. So I just have them out. I don't know if I will use them yet because I have a lot of this collection as well. The puffy stickers, the thickers, the everything. So I'm not sure what I want to use, but I was thinking maybe of pulling one of these in, or maybe a few. We'll see. But anywho, I'm going to get this backed just traditionally, and let's get started. So there it is, all backed. I decided to go with a lot of the warm tones, and you'll kind of see why as I start picking. So my idea was do all the leaves in warm tones. And so now my son is pushing a yellow truck, and this is how we went on our walk that day that these photos are in. And but he's wearing a blue jacket, and there is some blue hues in this collection, but just not a ton. So to make the photos really stand out and bring your eye to the photos, my idea was make the leaves all the warm colors, my background all the warm colors, and then I'm gonna do the strip of blue down the center. So that's what I'm picking out right now. There was a floral versus it's like a blue with like white little hashes on it. And I'm going to choose that one. And I ended up going with a simple background because as I was looking at them, I wanted the leaves to stand out. I didn't want them to blend in, and I didn't want them to like stand out to the point of the background is just faded away. I want the background to help it as well. So I picked a background that they would stand out on, and then something that is a little more simple, so then I could add some mixed media. So I am just arranging, trying to figure out how I want it and get an idea of where my mixed media needs to go. It does go way lower than it needs to and goes crazy, but it gets the point across what I want. So my idea is to have some mixed media and then now peeking out above and below the leaves, just so there's a little bit back there. So I'm going ahead and putting clear gesso on my paper, and then I will let that dry, and then I will tape it down. And now Janet Fritz from Galaxy Girl Creations has taught me this. If you take some foam board and you cover it in like adhesive tape or packaging tape, that way it's kind of like waterproofs it. But then you tape it down and it kind of flattens, and then whatever mixed media you do on it, it flattens it, and then it doesn't warp as much, and it totally works, which I love. So I am taking a bunch of shimmers and then also some, so I have these glimmer mists from Tattered Angels, and this one that I'm going to use is called Rouge, and so it's kind of like a maroony red with copper in it. So at first I decided to do the packaging technique, and then I'm like, meh, it doesn't work. And this stuff doesn't, I don't know why, if I just didn't have enough of it, but it for some reason soaks in. And I don't know if it's just because of what it's made of. I have gesso on, and all my other ones run. It soaks in a little bit more. So I don't know what the deal is, but I put a thick enough coat of gesso on. Anywho. So I'm doing that, and then I'm also going to add some other colors of shimmers. I'm going to add an Inklings, A Rose by Any Other Name. I believe it was the August color kits and part of that one. Creamy's Dandelion, like a nice yellow. I'm going to add some of that, and then I'm going to add the Shimmers Original Paints Pumpkin to add a little bit of orange. So I'm going to do those, and then I'm going to do little hints of blue just because we're trying to bring that blue in and make it part of the design. So in the leaves that are cut out, the plaid has a little bit of blue in it. So it's not like it's coming out of left field. And like I said, there's blue in the collection, but I just wanted like hints of blue. So then I'm going to add a little bit of pistachio, which is a new Inklings. I don't know if it's new, but it was in the color kit for September. And then also ocean water, which I think is one of my new favorites vibes. It's a spritz vibes. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's one of my favorites now. It's one of my brand new favorites. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. Kind of like a greeny blue, but depending on what you put it with, looks more blue, looks more green. Love the color. So I'll add some of that too at the end. So I'm just trying to get it to kind of flow, look natural, kind of watercolory look. And here I'm adding some of that pistachio, and then I will add some of the and that one kind of blends in a little bit. Now I tried to let the layers dry because doing the blues with the reds, you're going to get mud. But at the same time, these fall color palette, browns are kind of part of it. So I'm okay with a little bit of brown happening. The background already is like a maroony brown. So I'm okay with a little bit of brown happening. It's fine. And then, yep, I spritzed some of that ocean water on there. And that's just such a pretty color. And you do dab up some of the puddles because I don't want it super bold on there, but I just want hints of it. And it works out perfect. It works out fantastic. So I'm going to do all that, and then I'm going to splatter at the end with some white just to add another layer of something. And you can kind of tell, I don't know. I like the white that I added. And then because my background is so vibrant and the cut file is so vibrant, we don't end up doing much for embellishing after we stick it all down. But yes, keeping it taped down on this foam core board, thank you, Janet, helps. It's warping right now. You can't see it very much in the video, but my paper is warped. But because then it sat and dried, taped down flat, it is almost like then the tension on the paper kind of brings it back down. So it ends up a little warped, but not even close to the way it could be. So it's already dried. Fast forward, magic of YouTube. I am taking off the tape and getting everything down. So I'm going to arrange these how I want them, and then I'm going to kind of glue them together. The 2 leaf cut files and then this blue strip. And then I'm going to put foam on the back of the whole thing. So that whole thing is going to be popped up off the page just to give it some dimension off that awesome background. And I will not make you watch me do this. Putting the foam on here just because I'm kind of nitpicky about it. I've seen some people do it. They just kind of scatter some foam around. I want like the whole thing to be supported. I don't know why. It's just going in an album, so it's not like people are going to push on it. But it took me a half hour to get the foam on and then rip all the backing off. It's just putsy work. But I'm more, like I said, I'm more of a stickler side of that. Some people are not. So do not let that scare you if you're not a foam person and you wanted to start being, or if you haven't done a lot of dimension and you wanted to. Like, it's just the way I do it is what makes it so nitpicky. So I went through all my little acrylic phrases there, and the magic of fall is the one that I liked the best. One, the color matches like the corally, orangey, pink, whatever kind of color you want to call that. That's in a lot of my leaves. Matches it perfectly. And the magic of fall, I like, in general, just a good phrase for a title. So I'm going to use that acrylic piece, and I'm liking the way this looks. And then I'm just tucking some ephemera pieces, mostly stickers, not a lot of ephemera. The ephemera in this collection, I don't remember if I've already just used all the leaves, but there really weren't a lot of leaves. It's a lot of frames and phrases and not a lot of florals. But so I'm going to tuck some of the sticker leaves. I got a little camera up there. Making Memories is a little banner on top of the one photo, and then a little heart that's in a like a slice of wood down below, and then keep going. And then that cute yellow frame I figured would work perfect to kind of frame my kiddo in the distance walking down the sidewalk pushing his truck, and then it kind of ties in the yellow of the truck a little bit more, and then tucking, I wasn't sure what to do on the right side there, but yeah, I ended up tucking a floral and then putting one on the left side as well, a floral sticker, and then adding a little heart over there just to add. And all I'm going to do is put the date, because you can kind of see what we're doing. I mean, we're going for a walk, and we did those lots, and so it's not like it's anything new to us. There's not a giant story. He wanted to walk and push his truck. So that is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out the Etsy shop. I will have it linked down below, this cut file specifically. There's a couple of them that are called just leaves. And then the Facebook page, if you have not joined, make sure you join. Always a freebie, so it's a new month, new freebie. You'll have to go check it out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.